Lucifer was an anointed cherub, one who protects or overshadows. He was full of wisdom and perfect in beauty. Every precious stone was his covering. He was set upon the holy mountain of God, walking up and down in the midst of the stones of fire. In the eternal past, this cherub had a literal throne on earth. He was perfect in his ways, following the required laws of God, until iniquity was found in his heart. Lucifer had already weakened the nations over whom he ruled in the pre-Adamic race. He weakened them by slander and turning them away from God in their hearts. After that, he led them to rebel against God and invade heaven. Listen to what Isaiah chapter 14 verse 12 to 15 says. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mountain of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to Sheol, to the sides of the pit. Ezekiel 28 verse 16 to 19 says, Your rich commerce led you to violence, and you sinned. So I banished you in disgrace from the mountain of God. I expelled you, O mighty guardian, from your place among the stones of fire. Your heart was filled with pride because of all your beauty. Your wisdom was corrupted by your love of splendor. So I threw you to the ground and exposed you to the curious gaze of kings. You defiled your sanctuaries with your many sins and your dishonest trade. So I brought fire out from within you, and it consumed you. I reduced you to ashes on the ground in the sight of all who were watching. All who knew you are appalled at your fate. You have come to a terrible end, and you will exist no more. He was cast from heaven back to the ground at the time of his invasion of heaven, and he will be cast down to the ground again in the middle of Daniel's 70th week. Then he will be put into the bottomless pit for the 1,000 years, to be loosed a short season again at the end of that time. After that, he will be cast into the lake of fire to be tormented forever. And so shall it be for all who follow Satan and walk with a proud heart. God hates the proud. It leads to conflict, humiliation, destruction, shame, and cuts us off from God. Just look at yourselves, brothers. Look at those whom God has called. Not many of you are wise by the world's standards. Not many wield power or boast a noble birth. But God chose what the world considers foolish in order to shame the wise. God chose what the world considers weak in order to shame the strong. And God chose what the world looks down on as common or regards as nothing in order to bring to nothing what the world considers important, so that no one should boast in the presence of God. God gives grace graciously. As the scriptures say, God opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble. So humble yourselves before God. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Humble yourselves before the Lord, and he will lift you up in honor.